Hello, it is Foundation Friday, October 7th, 2022. Steve Sipress here wearing my New York Mets Hawaiian shirt today because as we speak, moments away, the New York Mets are about to begin the playoff season. Game one in, I was going to say Shea Stadium. That was my childhood Mets stadium. It's now Citi Field in Queens, New York, against the Padres. Game one about to begin, so I'm about to scramble out of here. Let's get this over with and get on to the game. See how my beloved but usually disappointing Mets will do in the playoffs. Let's get right to it. It's another in our multi-part series on the fantastic foundational book, The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David J. Schwartz. Hopefully, by now, you've gotten yourself a copy and read through it a few times and dog-eared and underlined and highlighted and maybe even gotten a few extra copies and passed them on to people that you really care about, because this is one fantastic book. We are in the chapter called Think Right Towards People. Last week, we talked about how big people specialize in being likable. Well, Dr. Schwartz warns, but do not try to buy friendship. It's not for sale. Now, number one, I have a saying, try is a euphemism for fail. So don't try anything, either do it or don't do it. But in this case, do not attempt to buy friendship, okay? And here is what Dr. Schwartz means. Giving gifts is a wonderful practice if the gift is backed up with genuine sincerity, a liking to give and liking for the person to whom it is given. But without real sincerity, the gift is often regarded as nothing more than a payoff or a bribe. And he tells a story that I had an almost identical situation that happened to me years ago. I had I used to have my Chicagoland Sharpest Entrepreneurs group, and I would have guest speakers come in person, and I would do webinars, and I would do promotions with the top experts in the world in sales, marketing, and advertising for small business owners. And I had one that one of my members had purchased their program, their course, signed up for their training, whatever it was, and they screwed them. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? First of all, we all talk to each other, event hosts, group hosts. We talk to each other. What a mistake for a lousy couple of grand or whatever the thing was. He wouldn't refund them. Screw it. It was really bad. Of course, it came back on me. I was not happy with this guy. And a couple of months later was the holiday season, just like right now. A couple of months from now, it'll be holiday season. And arrived some kind of UPS or FedEx or whatever, some big box around the holidays. And I was like, I saw the return address and I refused the shipment. I just said, that's it. I mean, it had arrived, but I called, I don't remember which one it was, and said, next time you come, you're picking this thing up and taking it back. I didn't even open it up. I had a feeling it was some kind of a gift, which, as Dr. Schwartz points out, I saw as a bribe. And as he says at the end of his story, something similar here, the guy who receiving the gift said, don't misunderstand, I like to give gifts and I like to get them. But when the gift is just an attempt to get my business, an obvious bribe, I don't want it. In this case, he said, I had quit doing business with that firm 3 months before because their work wasn't what it should be, and he didn't like the employees, but their salesman had kept on calling. And what burns me, he said, is that last week, that same blank salesman was in here and had the gall to say, I sure would like to get your business back. I'm going to tell Santa to be real good to you this year. And then he was, because while Dr. Schwartz was there, he said this case of liquor or whatever had arrived, and this guy sent it back. And he said, if I hadn't sent their booze back, the first thing that so-and-so would have said to me next time he's in is, I'll bet you enjoyed our gift, didn't you? He will have none of that. I would have none of that. I love gifts. I love giving gifts. I especially love giving gifts to my clients, associates, guest speakers in my events, anyone that contributes a chapter to one of my books or helps me out. I love it. In fact, I love personalized gift giving. Now with the internet, it's easier than ever. In the old days, I used to have to call the personal assistant or the secretary of whoever it was and ask them, please swear to secrecy, but tell me, what does this person like? Is there a restaurant in town they like to go to? Is there a sport a team they like, a band they like? I would ask their interests. Now, thanks to social media, that's all out there. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but you can go to Facebook. And if they don't say it right there, what their interests were, just scroll through LinkedIn, Facebook. They'll let you know, hey, just came back from the opera, blah, blah, blah. Just came back from watching the whatever movie I love, whatever, the Star Wars, James Bond, whatever it is. Boom. Or, man, I can't wait. I'm going to this concert. Scroll back through their photos, through their videos, their posts. You'll get an idea of all kinds of ideas of gifts you could give them. And I love sending those personalized gifts to people. But I do not like when they're not gifts, when they're bribes, when they're transactional, when they're not given or received out of sincerity, like hard pass on that, as Dr. Schwartz points out. Friendship cannot be bought, and when we try, we lose two ways. Number one, we waste money. Number two, we create contempt. Take that to the bank. Do with it what you will as we head into this year's holiday/gift giving, gift receiving season. That'll do it for Foundation Friday, October 7th, 2022, on the eve of Game 1 of the National League Wild Card Playoffs, where my beloved but usually disappointing New York Mets are about to play ball. And I'll be back again tomorrow on social media Saturday. I will catch you then. Over and out. Bye-bye.